And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Calgary Real Estate Show, Thursday, October 26th. It's a good day, woo woo, because, well, it's not like the Flames are winning or anything, but the Bank of Canada, Jaden, held the rate.
Yeah, widely expected. They did what they should have done. Anybody who listens to me speak with you guys on a weekly basis knows that I think they probably pushed too far by now.
Yeah.
But all the background data held the rate. So anybody with an adjustable variable interest rate, I think it's great news for you.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in a moment. Natalie, what do you have coming up?
On the show today?
Yes, that's always the question I ask you.
We're talking about decor trends for 2024.
All right, sounds good. Well, I've got the weekly stats right now. There we go. So interesting week, people. New listings way down to 188. That is the lowest it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
238 for solds, which is, kind of the average outside of that 1 week at the end of September. Mm-hmm. And so our sold to new listing ratio at 127% this week. Pendings of 183. Price reduced of 162, so that's kind of in line of what it's been. Back on market 33, days on market 27. Natalie will get more into that on our next slide. So these next two, if you've never seen this show before, we don't include pendings in our active, detached, and total active, but they were at 1343, which is down slightly from last week, but really in line with what it's been over the last month. And our total actives, again, really in line with where it's been at 2667. And then, Natalie, if you take us back a year.
So total sales last year were 436. This year, 503. So up 15.5, almost 15.5%. New listings last year, 491. This year, 581. So up 18%. Active listings last year, 4168. This year, 3369. So down 19%. And days on market last year, 43. This year, 27. So down 37%.
So a couple of things just to point out there. So that now we are below 20% difference. So we've seen that number shrink over the last couple of months here. So it'll be really interesting because next week we'll have our October wrap up for you. And then look at the days on market there, right? And we talked about maybe a bit of a blip going on right now, but nothing compared to the blip that it was, or the slight correction that we saw last fall. I mean, that is a massive difference, days on market wise. And Jaden, now to the big news of the week. The thumbnail even said
Yes, big time. Very, very happy with Tiff Macklem's announcement. Of course, he's a bit of a
email him to let you know your joy.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I wanted to get in with all the other premiers that have been sending it out there, and Christian Freeland, and say, good job, Tiff. You're doing good work. It was widely expected. All the underlying numbers kind of pointed towards it. But it's funny, right? Because he's a pessimist at the end of it, because he has to be a pessimist at the end of it, right? He says, we're holding steady now. We're probably going to go up again at some point, which is probably BS, excuse me. Just the numbers are still not where we want them to be. So don't take this as any kind of indication that we're going to start going down. Why would he do that? Because he doesn't want people to say, oh, okay, this is great. This is the end of it. We're going to start going down, and then we'll be back down to 0.25% by this time next year, and start, doing all the things that he's trying for them not to be doing. So, it was great news for people. I think the other side of the thing that I'm seeing is that a lot of economists kind of think that we've probably maxed out on our bond yields right now. And so you will likely be seeing, as interest rates start to go down, which I think will happen in the spring of 2024, I think the fixed side is going to start coming down as well. Just the way the market goes and where people start going into it's very, very boring how bonds work, but the way that people buy into bonds into 2024, I think is going to push down 5-year fixed, which really to me makes the variable a very, very attractive way of going right now. So, you're at that 6.2, 6.3%. as fixed comes down, you have the opportunity to lock into fixed at any time with no cost and no fine. Like you don't have to do any work. You just phone into your lender and say, okay, lock me into the fixed at 4 year, 5 years, whatever it is at that time. And so there's a good opportunity with the variable to really find out, you know what, I'm comfortable at 3.5% fixed. Let's wait until it hits that and then make that decision then, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of people this last couple of months has been variable. And I think, this announcement yesterday just made them happier with that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
On
absolutely.
social media yesterday, a lot of realtor friends, and I'm going to echo this as well. If you think the market is tight now, wait till rates start coming down, right? Because I think it's going to take a while for sellers to go, yeah, okay, they're starting to see some more inventory on the market. Because why is inventory tight? In my opinion, it's tight because people don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just a snowball effect. And so it's going to take some time to see the inventory. I mean, we're seeing it creep, right? But we're still 20% below where we were last year, let alone our historical average of 5,000 or 6,000 homes on the market in Calgary.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we're only going to continue to see prices go up. So, and this is so realtor of me to say, but to me, the best time to buy a house was a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. And the next best time is today, right? Because if prices continue to go up, and they're going up 1%, 2%, depending on the segment every month.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents on.
And this is the Calgary Real Estate Show. That's the important thing to remember,
Yes.
because when you read the Globe and Mail and the National Post and you hear those things about real estate prices coming down 15, 20%, that's not here, right?
Not here.
No.
I was on a call yesterday with an agent out of Vancouver, and she said, I hear a lot of our clients are moving to Alberta and to Calgary, but prices aren't really any different. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but like, prices are half of what you would pay for a detached home in Vancouver. Anyway, we'll have to do a YouTube video on that sooner than later here. But all right, Natalie, over to you.
All right, so we're talking 2024 decor trends.
This is good because this is Halloween weekend, because that is scary right there.
Yes. I like the mannequin dressed up in like the dress from the 20s there with the lace.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little terrifying.
Creepy.
Wait till next week. I've already got that planned. It'll scare you. Okay, so the first one is enter the spathroom, the spathroom.
Oh.
Just trying to make it, like making it an actual sanctuary. I love the wood treatment on this wall. It is stunning. So it's just making it more of your home away from home, I guess. The other one is hotel vibes. This one is a big one. There's a lot of designers that get a lot of inspiration from hotels and restaurants, that kind of thing. And they're bringing it into our personal homes, which really does make a difference. We have a friend in Winnipeg or in Steinbach that redid his bedroom completely like a hotel. Like, he's even got signs. He's got a do not disturb thing on his door. He's got a coffee bar. Whole 9 yards. And that was the first thing I thought of with this one was him. The next one is glam metallics. Now, there's always been a lot of metallics in obviously actual decor pieces, but this is bringing it more into the actual, like this is in the kitchen. So you've got the banding of it around the island. You've got the metallic cabinets on the back wall. And again, the pedestal, the legs on the pedestal table there. So it's quite beautiful. Bold, dramatic moves.
Moody.
Is very moody. I like this, but it works because it's a very tall ceiling. I would not recommend doing this if you have an 8-foot ceiling, all your rooms or all your walls black. You'll feel like you're living in a cave, but that's okay. And this one, patterns in bold marble. I love this island. It's got those fluted columns of marble on the actual island there, which is quite beautiful. And then they actually did the same with the patterning as their backsplash and their hood fan. That's a hood fan right there that's covered in marble. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. That's all I got for you this week, guys.
All right. It is Halloween weekend. Ooh, scary. All right. So we've got some great events coming up this weekend for Halloween. So Pumpkins After Dark. So that goes right until the 31st at Winsport. And then the Wranglers are finally at home, and they open up their season this weekend at 1 p.m., both Saturday and Sunday. And how it works in the American Hockey League is they play the same team twice in a weekend. So you can pick either one of those two games. Tickets are really affordable. Like for the level of hockey you're seeing, we were at a few games last year. We're going to go to some more this year. It's great hockey. And that's, I think you go to calgarywranglers.com right there. The Calgary Ghost Tours, if you're into that, is still going on. And then we've got the Field of Screams at Cobb's. And that is happening this weekend. This will be the final weekend of that. And then Scream Fest. I'm on high blood pressure medication. I will not be going to Scream Fest. Sorry, but if you're into that kind of thing, Natalie, would you go?
No, I'm not into that kind of stuff. I don't. Yeah, it's scary.
So
I don't like it.
Neither am I, but neither am I, but I went down and visited Mike when he was setting it up, and it's more than just the trailers. It's inside where the chuck wagon stuff happens in there. A lot of stuff going on there. You don't need to just get scared.
Okay.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. So that's about it for this week. Let's just wrap it up one more time here. So Jaden, happy news for those on variable rate mortgages this week, right?
Big time, yeah, and really for the market in general, I think it's a sign of really the peak. We'll have one more announcement in December before the end of the year, but it's going to be status quo. We're gonna have another hold steady. All
right, we'll hold you to that. Because you got Tiff Macklem on speed dial, so
yeah, totally, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't answer, but it's on my speed dial for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we had an interesting week for sales, new listings. As always, if you're curious about what the market's doing in your community, reach out. Right, if you're watching this on Facebook, just send us a message. And on YouTube, we'll try and post a link to the website, phone number, all that kind of stuff. Reach out, right? You never know what the market's doing in your community till you actually speak to a real estate professional.
Yep.
And with that, we will see everybody in 7 days.
Bye, guys.
Bye.